Now it's the turn of the 3 milers to entertain this huge and appreciative crowd. If I was going to put any money on anybody, I think it would either be on Jim Crawford, who's been running spectacularly this indoor season, or on Grant McLaren of Canada. There you see him with the beard in the centre of the field. McLaren, who's run very strongly over 2 miles and 3 miles and really has looked one of the best indoor runners in the world. But we've got such former greats as Tracy Smith, a former Pan American champion over 3 miles, presently in 4th place. Field altogether of 11 runners. We've got 33 laps of this track to worry about. Neil Cusack of Ireland, who's moved through onto the shoulder of the present leader Len Hilton from Houston. So the field is settling down, spending the first 6 or 7 laps just quietly finding its rhythm. McLaren is happy to sit in 5th place. Despite his bumbling appearance, he packs a very devastating finish. Glenn Herold of the University of Wisconsin, the same school as Mark Winsenreid, now in the lead. The Irishman Cusack in second. The first lap of 62 seconds, the first 440 yards that is, which was really spectacularly fast for a 3 miles, and it may be one they'll grow to regret. And it's Cusack of Ireland, who also runs for Tennessee State, keeping up this really rather fierce pace, and the wiser men are staying back in the pack and just letting themselves settle down. And now with 6 laps to go in this 3 miles, it's still Neil Cusack of Ireland, the NCAA cross-country champion, leading from Tracy Smith, with Jim Crawford tailed away behind them. And these two have really broken the back of everybody else in the race. Canada's Grant McLaren, who had a chance to stay with them, is half a lap behind. Tracy Smith took the lead after the 2 miles, but Cusack fought for it back. And now just 5 laps to go, as you see. And Jim Crawford, although he packs the best finishing punch in the race, it looks as if he may have let himself get a little bit too far back from these 2 leaders. They're really running extremely fast. At the 2 mile mark, they were 8:45. They're on schedule to break the world record, which is held by America's George Young. And Tracy Smith obviously also has a chance, therefore, to break the American record. It's been a very cruel pace, and Tracy Smith seems to be full of running. That's a very positive move indeed, going past Cusack, and it seems almost to have broken the Irishman. Crawford's the only one with a chance now, and he's maybe 20 yards back on Tracy Smith, and Smith looking like the great athlete he was 6 years ago, back in 1967 when he won the Pan American title. He's had his problems since then, but this looks like a return to really first-class world championship running. Two and 3/4 miles, the time 12:05. If he can run the equivalent of around 64 seconds maximum for his last quarter mile, he's got a chance to break the world record. Remember, it stands at 13:09.8 to that wonderful man George Young. Tracy Smith carving his way through this very distinguished field and making them look like also-rans, moving like a well-oiled machine, and the crowd sensing that they may see a world record, rising to this man. The tremendous strain showing on his face, but he's within sight of a world record. His legs are lifting and he's charging down the home straight, a magnificent sight to see. I don't think there's much doubt that he's going to be well inside the world record. 13:09.8 to beat, and here comes Tracy Smith, lapping virtually the whole field, finishes nearly 3 seconds inside the world best. A beautiful race, elegantly run and very strongly finished. It looks as if Tracy Smith has given fair warning to the rest of the world that he's got to be a force to be reckoned with in middle distance running once again. And his new world record time officially given, Tracy Smith, 13:07.2. In second place, Neil Cusack, a new Irish record, 13:10.6. Then Jim Crawford third, 13:13.4. Fourth, a long way behind, Grant McLaren of Canada, 13:29.4.
You know, the amateur athletes